turret has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain.
Set sail!
Dominating.
I know what I'm doing. Sure you can handle me, Summoner? You've got dangerous eyes. I like that.
Double kill. Enemy has been slain.
Don't get cocky. Step 2.
Has destroyed a turret.
I've got a good feeling.
Ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed. Godlike.
So it's agent X, it's student X.
Set sail!
Shut down.
I know what I'm doing. Sure you can handle me, Summoner? You've got dangerous eyes. I like that.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed.
Don't get cocky.
in the SRS, plus some constant term that for an honest prover will be 8 times one of the roots of the unity that corresponds to the position that we are open. Then the prover will construct a polynomial of degree log of n plus 6 that we call f, and for that we will use a new set of roots of unity that we call b, that has its own Lagrange interpolation polynomials that are the mu's. And this part is very important because if we keep working with the lambdas, the polynomials that we have from before, we'll keep working with things of size n-1. And even though those polynomials can be precomputed in the Lagrangians, everything that becomes out of like computations will have size limit. So we just stay in a smaller polynomial. And with this f, we first recover what is supposed to be the power of omega. So if b was a constant term, b over a should be a power of omega. So we use the first like 5 coefficients of f to recover this element, and then we use the rest log n coefficients to calculate the 2 powers of this element. So f5 should be omega to something, and all the other coefficients are going to be the two powers. And at the end, we have to prove that the last one, not the last one, but the previous one, f sub log n plus 5 is equal. What does it mean? It means that b over a, to the 2 to log n, so 2n equals 1. And as I said before, this means this is an nth root of unity, so this is omega to something. Then we have well formation of set. Set is a polynomial of degree 1 that vanishes at one of the nth root of unities. Then when we compare the big complement to our small parallel complement, we know we are comparing the evaluation of the first one at some of the roots of unity, so one of its coefficients, one of the elements of the big set. Now, for m bigger than 1, for our lookup tables, things get a bit more complicated, or at least larger. Let's see if I can do it without losing you. So first of all, first problem is that this CI, that I mentioned that the prover computes using Thomas-Queteau approximation approach, is constructed with Lagrange polynomials that correspond to a subset of H. But to a subset of H that the verifier doesn't know, and actually we don't want the verifier to ever know which is this subset. And if we think of code as a protocol that is meant to use as a sub-protocol in other protocols, so a lookup table is usually inside a bigger protocol, what we want is to the verifier to, or both prover and verifier, to be able to work with the commitment of them. But also, the problem with this CI is that it cannot repeat elements. We say that in lookup tables we are okay with repeating elements, and here we can. When we compare with the equation of Thomas-Queteau, we are comparing one position at a time and only one position. So these both things are solved by having actually a commitment not to CI, the subvector of C, but to the actual set that we want to prove that has been constructed using the public one. So what I haven't called it A, no, but I will call that vector A. So A is a vector such that all its elements have been taken from B, but without any specific order and with possible repetitions. So we still have another problem here. Apart from proving well formation of set, apart from comparing C and CI, we need to link this polynomial phi to the CI. So let's see how can we do it. First step, prove well formation of a randomized Bayesian polynomial. For that, now, why roots of unity? In cryptography, we usually use roots of unity for a matter of
Demacia must lead by example.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. You have slain the enemy. Minions have spawned.
We all shine on. Like a diamond. Never deny who you are. Finding light. Ooh, I've never met you before. Gotcha. Shine bright. Stay there. Banish the shadows. Pushing my limits.
Have been slain.
I'll save you, Willow. I'll save you.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Shine bright. Stay there. Take courage in the light. Banish the shadows.
Enemy killing spree.
The thing about light is, it never really dies. Stay there. Banish the shadows. Shine bright. Really attack them. Never give up.
Slain. Enemy double kill. Enemy triple kill. Shut down.
Everywhere I go, the light follows. The battle with hearts aglow. Losing is just an
An
opportunity to
enemy
shine
is
your light.
unstoppable. An enemy has been slain.
Smile, you can see the light.
Killing spree.
结选基本上呢，必然就说 OK， 我们做了该做的滴滴，发现呢这个洞这个窟窿比我们想象中的还要大，这可能就跟市场上传闻的说，有可能是30亿美金，也有可能是80亿美金，而且这边的80亿呢是现金 （Henking）， 就是呢美金啊，而不是呢所有的加密货币市场就是资产。所以如果你把像是什么 APT、FTT 这所有都算进去，那可能真的是涉及超过100亿美金了。那现在讲是现金大概是40到80亿的洞，那只有我常讲现金是最重要的，是最难补上的一个东西哦。好，然后最后他们发现就是美国的这个监管局或者 FBI 或 CIA whatever 都在对他们做调查，所以种种原因呢，他们决定退出收购。大家好，欢迎来到区块先生的 Crypto 直播间，是我们第520集哦。那今天呢，我们继续要来讨论 FTX 跟现在所发生的一些事情。那开始之前，提到加密货币投资非常高风险的一件事情，所以如果不懂，那绝对不要碰。今天讲的是任何 cryptocurrency investments really high risk, so you don't understand please don't touch anything. Say today, it's not a funny. 要说非常高风险的，真的不要乱碰。现在在哪里都有风险。我们看看币价基本上出现非常大的这个跌幅。这个不管 CZ 有没有宣布购买 FTX 或购买 FTX，基本上市场就表现非常不好。这不只是在加密货币市场里面，就连这个 Web2 的这个科技股也表现非常非常差。这个 Amazon 呢已经跌破这个2020年的新低哦，所以呢基本我们现在是非常非常的熊市，尤其在科技市场里面。好，那我们讲一下过去这几小时又发生了什么事情哦，这个变动是非常非常大。我们先来看一下这一则被 SBF 转推的，就是第一呢，我们前面几集有讲过 SBF 完全是一个跟 Bitcoin 跟这个Luna 创始人，还有这个三箭资本的创始人叔叔一样的竞演，就是基本上过去2天都没有回话。那如果你是有底气的人，然后你有办法去应对这个问题的话，那你就会去回话，但基本上没办法，现在就逃避了。那在过去的24小时有非常多新闻出现，第一呢就是 FTX 的法律顾问呢，还有他们配合的法律事务所呢，基本上都退出了那原因不明，可是呢消息出是退出了。然后再来的是呢 FTX 的员工们呢开始无法登录他们的 email， 那这也是市场上流动的消息了。所以很多这些东西你要说能不能证实都不知道。但是呢，就像我们看到从 CoinDesk 上礼拜第一篇文章说阿拉米达资金比赛，然后呢后来各种网络上传说非常的 FTX， 也非常多人在那时候呢不相信数据，不相信上面，但因为没有东西呢会明着摆在那边让你知道。那其实我们从过去3-4天前呢就一直在讲 FTX， 到那时候呢你都还有办法从 FTX 把钱领出来哦，或是呢卖掉你的 FTT 社区，你可以做空 FTT 做一些这个对冲哦，但还是非常多人没有去做。其实我觉得在加密货币市场里面或任何的市场里面，讯息是很重要的。那讯息基本是一切，对很多人说这个讯息不对称，能创造出很多财富，那也就是非常多的财富。所以我还是建议大家就要多花时间在推特上面，不要只花时间在电报群跟同一群的人去聊和讨论，最重要的是花时间出圈去获得到资讯。那很多资讯呢其实都在推特都在 Reddit 上面，那只要你花时间就可以看出一些端倪。那说实在的，有些交易策略真的可以认真去想，比如说呢，如果你有钱在 FTX， 看到已经 CZ 在讲，而且他当时有用的字 regulation， 就是说他们所知道一些资讯让他感觉不安。市场上最大的大佬，亚洲加密货币首富都这样讲，这时候就要问自己为什么去做这个动作？我为什么那时候不去觉得说，有问题，那我真的到了钱包，至少跟币一下，很多人还是觉得侥幸，或者是一个老是懒去做。那现在我也是这样，所以我也是觉得，我已经做出了体系了，我已经做了一些开始，那我们一些钱从这里出来就好。但实际上我也收到重点，我觉得不会保密的，那很多人做事情其实很大事情。所以这边还是呼吁大家，在这一集里面想呼吁大家就是说，真的要做好干湿分离，要做好就是不要把人家放在地方，多分散出去。我们下一集有讲到就是说，为什么这个 FTX 事件是利好方法，不是完全的利好，但是某方面是呢代表说 DeFi 在透明性上面是很强的，至少不会出现资比在问。举例来说啊 ，Uniswap 呢此时此刻再不更新，再不做任何事情 ，Uniswap 不会垮的。这个交易永远在那边 ，Curve 也一样，这 Curve 不再更新，团队不做事了 ，Curve 也是在那边。所以我们之后会有一集专门讲这个，然后为什么去中心化金融这么的重要啊？为什么？我们讲到说币圈雷曼兄弟事件呢会上演，那现在是更快，因为雷曼兄弟至少花了好几个月才慢慢的清算，那 FTX 呢是直接瞬间就是把你就掐住了。好，再来呢发生什么事情？我们看到就是币安基本上在过去这个早上5点的时候就说 ，as a result of corporate due diligence as well as the latest news reporting regarding mishandled customer funds and alleged US agents investigation， 基本上呢币安就说 OK， 我们做了该做的滴滴，发现呢这个窟窿比我们想象中的还要大，这可能就跟市场上传闻的说有可能是30亿美金，也有可能是80亿美金，而且这边的80亿呢是现金 ，Henking 就是呢美金啊，而不是呢说的这个意思，就是资产。所以如果你把像是什么 APT、FTT 在做的算进去，那可能真的是涉及超过100亿美金。那现在讲的现金大概是40到80亿的洞，那只有我常讲现金是最重要的，也是最难补上的一个东西哦。好，然后最后他们发现就是美国的这个监管局或者 FBI 或 CIA whatever 都在对他们做调查，所以种种原因呢，他们决定退出收购。那 FTX 现在就惨了，因为在他去找币安之前呢，已经找了各大金融大佬、各大证券大佬。大家知道我们前面几集有讲过 ，SBF 在证券上面呢，尤其是美国政府这边是做了很多捐款，但是呢，真的。大部分政客在这种时候是不会帮忙的，尤其呢，我们看到参议院跟众议院现在选举刚出来哦，出入一部分哦，所以呢，其实这时候你要他们来帮忙是很难的，对，尤其在这个节点上面。好了，这时候呢，马上就有人来蹭热度哦，就是孙哥和我们的这个百亿富豪孙哥出来了，然后呢 ，SB 还转车，因为有个 irony 的地方，有点尴尬哦，就是呢，以前呢 Sam 是很不是说讨厌孙哥嘛，但至少在推特上面呢是会有一种瞧不起的这种言语哦。这其实我们在上集有讲过，就是 SBF 曾经就是挑衅币安的 CZ 说你没有办法来华盛顿嘛，就是暗指说他是这个中国人，然后呢现在没办法去美国这种概念。所以他这时候居然愿意转推 SBF， 就可以告诉说我认为一可能 SBF 的账号现在不是 SBF 在控制的，二呢就是真的没办法。那孙哥呢是讲说一件事，他愿意把现在在 FTX 上的资产哦，比如说火币、ST token、Sun 代币、JST 代币，还有这个 Bitcoin 的 BTT， 还有创的 TRX， 用1:1的方式去换回来，然后将你把币呢转到了这个火币，这些火币来做这个这样来救你的这个超人来救你。然后这时候呢，所有他刚讲的这个币呢都出现一个溢价。我们来看一下 FTX 的这个官网这边。现在呢，这个创的价格呢是0.389，涨了4.95倍哦，对 BTC 是涨了5.5倍哦，就非常的疯狂哦。然后你看到它在市场上价格是0.05，所以代表大概涨快8倍左右。那继续在涨，有些社区刚才差点涨到10倍左右。那基本上呢，就只要你有这个呢是出逃的一个办法。另外我们可以看一下其他币，像 Sun 呢涨了5倍，然后什么 JST 涨了这个4.9倍，然后它什么 BTT 涨了6倍，然后5倍，就全部所有他刚提到的这些币种呢就是大家都急着去买那个币哦，认为说这是唯一一个方式可以出来了。但是好玩的是什么？你看火币的代币涨47块，可以注意看火币在这个外面的市场都是没有涨多少。 所以说现在就是大家就是为了逃命这样子。那可想而知，大家是损失的去逃。现在市场上有2种 OTC 基本上可以拿着愿意买这个类似债券。现在事件就像是10年前 Mt. Gox 事件，大家记得 Mt. Gox 吗？就是这个交易所2011年就是2014年因为骇客盗取比特币而下线了，然后那时候所有的这比特币基本上呢都有了非常多的这个折扣，就是变成是说你比如说1000万美金，就市场就只愿意出个5000美金或1万美金把它卖掉。而现在已经出现这些的那个愿意买这个债券这个来的部分，然后呢大家是出好像3折，昨天还听到3折，在前面之前还有用9折，那现在是越来越低，越来越低，越来越低。那所以意味着说大家也在赌博，在赌说这些美金的债未来会不会值钱，未来有没有办法拿回来，对吧？所以最后呢，我想问大家一个问题如果是你现在会怎么逃离 FTX 呢？你会继续等着说 FTX 会解决这个问题，继续很天真的以为这样子吗？还是呢你会去选择孙哥的连眼机会去买 TRX、BTC、USD、3IC，然后转到火币？还是说呢你会现在去找 OTC 上，然后呢以3折甚至1折的价格把你的稳定币卖掉？在底下留言告诉我们，每一集呢都会随机抽奖出来。最后呢，我们还有很多关于 FTX 讯息呢，跟这些币安的渊源故事啊，还有很多呢会在这几天呢陆续播出来。那真的拍影片很辛苦，所以希望大家可以多支持，帮我们把小铃铛点开。那如果你还没有订阅我们的 IG 的话呢，赶快去找我们的 IG Mr. Block TW。好，一样呢，如果你想要支持我们的话呢，也可以 email 我们在 hello@mrblock.tw， 就是 HELLO@MRBLOCK.TW。那一样呢，我们会继续讨论，然后继续追踪 FTX 事件。然后我们过去已经拍了快要8集在讲这些事情了，从上周讲的那些历史，一直到就是说市场的不稳定性。好，最后讲起来，当货币投资当高风险的事情，不当高风险的高风险，讲我们任何的见证。Cryptocurrency investments really high risk. Don't understand. Please don't buy anything. Simply, it is not a financial advice. 拜拜。好，我们在YouTube上。如果你觉得今天直播你有学到些东西，有办法分享出去。现在每日直播是每周1、每周3、每周5都会讲，出来的新闻或者下一个明天见，拜拜。
前方高能，一个恐怖的怪物正在暗中偷看那名拇指，紧接着门被锁了起来，那名拇指彻底无路可逃。眼看就要沦为怪物的口粮，在千钧一发之际，却将术士张江从天而降。他利用强大的水系法术将怪物焚住。原来这张江正在秘密研究复活死人的法术，不让复活后的黄魂人频频失去自奇迹人类吸收元气。
Double kill.
Into battle with hearts aglow.
An ally has been slain.
Smile.
Your team has destroyed.
The world has seen enough darkness. Keep believing.
Shut down. Your turret has been destroyed.
Lighting the way.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Stay positive.
An ally has been slain.
Shine bright. Home is where the spark is.
Triple kill.
Shine bright. Banish the shadows. Shine with me. Ooh, I've never been here before. Shine bright. For justice and all things right. The shadows.
Aced. An ally has been slain. Identify targets. Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Hello，大家好，我是 Terry。今天呢，我们要来做一个对决。大家也知道，其实我平常是不怎么去做 trading 的，我一直都是一个 buy hold 一个 long term investor。我认为对一般人来说，尤其是我自己，平常要上班是没有什么时间去做 trading，还有研究那些图的走势。我觉得如果要当一个成功的 trader 的话，一定要对市场非常的敏锐，非常了解现在的时事，每天发生的事情，然后去做很多技术上面的分析。所以我认为长期的投资永远会跑过短期的操作。至少对我自己来讲，那些真的能靠短期 trading 来获利的人都是非常厉害的。但是呢，今天有一家公司叫做 BX， 他们挑战我要跟我对决，主要呢就是看看到底是他们的平台上面的交易员厉害，还是我自己去做 trading 厉害。那今天这支影片也是由 BX 赞助的。BX 是一家虚拟货币交易平台，他们平台上面一个主打的功能就是有非常多的交易员，听说蛮厉害的，我是不知道，是他们自己讲的。那你可以通过他们的平台上面做所谓的跟单交易，基本上就是跟着交易员一起下单，然后你可以自己设置跟单的金额，还有止损跟止盈。那你也知道我是一个当别人挑战我，基本上我一定会接受的。那这次挑战规则是我会用一个 BX 账户去做跟单，他们会推荐我一些他们平台上比较优秀的交易员，那我自己会大概选3到10个我觉得还可以，我认为不错的交易员来做跟单交易，然后他们会在那个账号里面放1000 USDT， 那在另外一个账号里面一样是放1000 USDT， 但是这个账号呢我会自己去做交易。我目前还没有想到用什么交易策略，但是依照我多年的交易经验，我觉得应该会先用移动平均线去精确算出加权序列中出台的数量，然后360当我的辅助趋势追踪交易策略，然后根据抛物线转向指标来确定止盈跟止损位置，最后用移动平均收敛算出来控制住风险线的利率。一块蛋糕。那在影片开始之前呢，还是一样，全部都会透明的跟大家说，第一个账号的1000 USDT 是 BX 提供的，那第二个账号也就是我自己去操作的那个账号的1000个 USDT 是我自己的钱，我自己到时候会把钱转到那个账号里面去做交易。然后挑战的规则是1个礼拜的时间，也就是7天，看到底是 BX 他们交易员厉害，还是我自己账号赚的钱比较多。那这里的目的呢还是一样，不是投资的建议或是开户建议，是 BX 邀请我来做这个挑战，纯属娱乐。所以假如你今天想要看我怎么专业亏钱的话，一定不要错过这一集。那如果你想要支持我赢过那些 BX 的交易员的话，记得要帮我买点赞，因为你知道点赞只会花你0.225秒的时间，等于是给我这种非常不专业的交易员一个精神上的支持。那我们就开始吧。那我们现在在 BX 界面，然后第一个账号呢，我们可以看到资产总额是1000 USDT， 那这1000 USDT 就是 BX 打进来的，然后我们现在没有跟任何的单，那我们现在就要进行跟单的一个操作，选跟单。那这边可以看到所有的跟单交易员，那他们这次有推荐我几个交易员让我参考一下。那首先第一个交易员就是这个 Marco， 接下来这个页面就可以看到所有的关于这个交易员的资料，他账户资产有多少，然后跟随人数多少，目前有将近12000个人跟随。那风险评分呢是越高的话风险就越大，我觉得风险评分稍低一点会比较适合我。然后这边看到他的交易胜率是82.5%，所以我觉得还算是蛮高的。他平均持仓时间大概是1天14个小时，所以都算是比较高频的交易。我觉得寻找一个交易员很重要，就是你要先稍微看一下他是什么时候加入的。像这个交易员他是基本上已经加入2年多了，我觉得他有一定的历史。再就是你要看他的跟随人数，如果跟随人数多的话，就代表说大家比较相信他。那再就是要看他的累计盈亏嘛。那这个交易员他自己本身赚了5万8，跟他单的人一共目前累计一共赚了个10万、7万、8万、200多万。那我们就来试看跟着这个交易员点跟单之后呢，在这边本金类别是 USDT， 然后单笔金额呢我就选5U 就好了，因为就我所知这个交易员呢他的下单频率蛮高的，所以我每次最多就跟随5U，那大概就是0.5%，因为我1000 USDT 总资产。那因为这边呢只跟随5U，所以我就止盈止损就不做设置了，然后选择立即跟单。那第二个他们推荐的交易员呢叫阿芬，那他累计收益呢有600多，然后账户资产大概是1400多，所以这3个月以来总共他大概收益是40%，然后跟随者收益呢是45万多。那交易胜率看起来是蛮高的，88.88%，基本上90%的胜率感觉好像蛮厉害的。那这个交易员呢我也打算是放5个 USDT 每个单，就等于是0.05%的本金。那因为是小额跟单，所以我这边就不设止损跟止盈。那第三个交易员呢是这位叫做马盖先，累计收益是143块，然后他的账户总资产是643块，所以20%多的收益，风险评分也是相对比较低的，总交易数是218，所以它算是一个比较低频率的交易。那这个交易员呢我想要设一个比较不一样的跟单方式，我想要设333 USDT， 然后在这边我要设一个止盈跟止损，因为这次我跟单的金额比较大，所以我这边一定要设一个止损。那止损的部分我想要把它设在20%左右，也就是说我亏到20%的时候就会止损，333的20%大概是266.4左右，这边预估亏损20%，然后选同意立即跟单。那回到跟单界面，我们可以看到目前我的所有跟单交易员有谁？这边有马盖先、Arthur 还有 Marco。那现在是10月16号，那我们大概就7天之后来看这1000块 USDT 到底会发生什么事情。好，那现在就换我自己的部分。那我现在重新登入了另外一个 BX 的账号，那这个账号呢就是我自己要操作的账号。那目前里面资金账户呢有在55块钱的 USDT。那我现在就来操作一下，把我钱包里面的 USDT 大概950块钱转到这个账户里面。所以我要做一个充值，然后选 TRC20的链，TRC20的链交易手续费一般都是1块钱而已，所以应该是目前最便宜的。扫一下这个2维码，转944.75，那钱就大概转进去了。
A few moments later，
好，那现在我手机收到提醒说，我已经收到944.75的 USDT 已经到账了。那我这边 refresh 一下，好，这边资产总额是1000 USDT。那因为我现在资金账户是55.25，那我要把这55.25转到合约账户。好，那我现在基本上所有的资金都已经转到合约账户，那我们现在就来开始做交易。那现在就是我自己来操作。首先呢，我们到合约标准合约可以看一下有什么东西可以买。比特币在现在这个19200多这个位置的support线已经待了很久了。那其实上个礼拜呢 CPI 数据出来，通货膨胀数据出来是8.2，没有到达预期的8.1，所以整个大盘股市跌得蛮严重。那我觉得下礼拜应该会有短期的反弹，因为我们的交易期限大概是7天嘛，所以我觉得应该会有一个短期的反弹。那我现在就来买一个看多的合约。那单笔本金呢，我们就直接用999.7，我们就 all in 就对了。杠杆呢，我们就开个10倍杠杆，不要开太多，当然要止盈啊，这个盈，我们就设个50%的止盈。Bitcoin 是涨到20200的时候，它就会止盈，那我们就赚大概500块钱。那如果它跌到17000的话，我们就做一个止损。那我们现在就把这个合约打开，今天是礼拜天晚上，那明天是周一，股市大概是7个小时之后开始。那股市如果暴跌的话，那这个单可能也会跌到18000，会不会跌到17000呢？其实我也不太确定。我们就先把这一单打开，然后看一下明天大盘走势来做决定。 好，开个合约的话就有一些交易风险，要自己了解一下。下单成功，那我们现在可以看到这个单已经开始了，然后止盈点是19749，然后止损点是18786，强评价是18000，也有 SR 17000。那这单是我第一单，所以就先试试看。那我们来先看一下我自己操作那个账户它现在的情况。这是我昨天开那个单，目前的盈利是148，就大概15%左右。因为就像我昨天讲的，美股今天一大早就有一个很强的反弹，整个加密货币市场也跟着反弹了一点点，但是它没有触碰到我昨天设的止盈点。就今天早上好像有涨到19600多，就刚好再差一点点，它就碰到止盈点。那明天会不会继续往上走？其实我不是很确定。那我觉得现在已经赚了15.4%，我觉得其实可以平仓的。我觉得这是第一单，我们就先来做一个平仓好了。然后明天我们再观察市场的走势，然后再做决定要不要再开第二单。手续费跟平仓费用，然后点平仓。OK， 平仓成功，现在是1150，等于是赚了15%左右。现在是17号礼拜一晚上11点多，等于是亚洲那边已经开始。然后，那我们看盘后交易，基本上这个市场是往上走，所以其实我觉得明天应该会稍微再往上拉一点点，但是也不好说，因为我觉得现在加密货币跟股票也没有说100%的对勾。我觉得可以明天早上起来看一下，如果市场很好的话，我们可以开个单，然后在2万左右点平仓。那我们去看一下 Copy Trade 的那个账号，Copy Trade 账号目前是没有任何持仓的，基本上就是我跟单的这些交易员没有下单，有可能是因为这2天他们都没有下单，所以就等他们下单吧，反正还有6天时间。好吧，那经过了1个礼拜的努力，我们现在终于来可以做一个总结了。现在是26号了，就是其实已经过了1个礼拜又3天。我本来说7天之后要来做总结，但是刚好遇到周末有事情，所以就没有时间来录影。那今天是礼拜3，其实到礼拜2的时候，我已经把所有的跟单都取消了。本来预期是7天的时间，但是我觉得9天跟7天应该也没差多少。那我们现在就来公布结果。首先我们要公布的就是 BX 交易情况。之前大概用那个账户跟了3个交易员，经过了9天之后，他们的交易结果是怎么样的？先给大家看一下，这就是那个账户。然后9天之后的结果是1036.56 USDT， 就等于说9天时间大概赚了36.56，大概3.67% 左右的回报率。我们来看一下他们7天都下了多少单。好，这些就是全部这个跟单交易员下的单。其实我现在稍微看一下，我发现好像大部分的单都是赚钱的，唯一亏钱的就只有一个前面这个单。这个亏了1点，好像也没亏多少，它就关掉了。这就是还蛮神奇的。我发现它好像每个单都基本上都是赚钱的。其实我也不是很确定为什么，照上面这样看，好像真的每一单都是赚钱的。我觉得可能也跟这几天的虚拟货币的市场走势有关。其实这几天整个大盘都是在上下震动，然后我觉得上下震动可能比较适合这种做波动、区间波动去操作的交易员，所以其实他们大部分的状况就是只要稍微赚了一点点钱，他们就把单 close 掉。所以看起来好像基本上这9天的时间做的单90%几都是绿色的，就是都是有赚钱的。我其实也还蛮讶异的，因为其实我这几天时间我都没有去查看他们的历史交易记录是多少，我就只看到一些 notification 在我手机上面跳出来。说实话，真的还蛮厉害的。就这几天一共虽然小小的只赚了36块，就是大概3.6%。那你要想，其实我每单只放5USDT，所以我觉得3.6%比较稳的回报，在这9天还算是蛮不错的一个成绩。那我们如果要把这个3.6、3.7%换成月回报率的话，我们可以这样算 ，power of 3.333减1。大概是12.5%，也就是说我们换成月化回报率的话，大概是13.5%。那我们如果换成年化回报率的话，成40.56%，等于是说年化回报率的话，大概是320%左右。我觉得短短9天有3.7%回报，真的算是蛮不错。那我先假如一旦是超过5亿的话，那这个回报肯定是更高的。但是因为我觉得现在市场非常不稳定，所以我觉得这种高频率的交易，或许把风险控制再小一点，长期来讲可能真的是可以实现的。那总体来讲，我觉得这次的跟单实验还蛮成功的，至少我没有看到任何红的东西。我本来期待其实很低的。那下一个呢，就是来看我自己操作的结果。我呢在2天时间把1000块钱变成1221.33 USDT，没错，大概就是22%的回报，将近有94%的回报率。如果换成年化回报率的话，那就是3180倍，也就是说是32万。
Smaller than the diagram. I don't agree with your methods, but by golly, you get results. Minions spawn. Smaller than the diagram. I love a good conundrum. Minions have spawned. Testing in progress. It's smaller than the diagram. This behavior is highly inefficient. Smaller than the diagram. An enemy has been slain. Double kill. Goggles on. It's smaller than the diagram. The sweet smell of It's smaller than the diagram. One step closer to further understanding. Ah, the sweet smell of science. It's smaller than the diagram.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Double kill. An ally has been slain.
Eureka! It's smaller than the diagram.
Slain an enemy.
Working as intended.
Killing spree. Shut down. Double kill.
Order, entropy, a never-ending cycle. It's smaller than the diagram.
Shut down. Enemy double kill. An enemy has been slain.
Not enough variables. Nearly enough variables. It's smaller than the diagram.
An enemy has been slain. You have slain an enemy.
It's smaller than the diagram. By my calculations.
An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill. An enemy has been slain.
42. There's just something about that number. It's smaller than the diagram.
Slain.
Ah, the sweet smell of science.
Double kill.
It's smaller than the diagram. You are poorly designed for this. It's smaller than the diagram.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Dominating. Double
diagram. What a reaction!
Has been slain. Shut down.
It's smaller than the diagram.
An ally has been slain.
I could do that better.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain.
I require my adjustable reverse reckoning and conflict. It's smaller than the diagram.
An enemy has been slain. You have slain an enemy. An enemy has been slain. You have been slain. An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Very interesting.
An enemy has been slain. Enemy
Smaller than
double
the
kill.
diagram. Brain over brawn. It's smaller than the diagram. Come on. It's smaller than the diagram.
An enemy has been slain.
Schematic.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Triple kill. Enemy double kill. Ace.
Oh, great science! It's gone mad! It's smaller than the diagram. Wonderfully efficient. It's smaller than the diagram.
Rampage.
Let me fix that.
Dominating.
It's smaller than the diagram. This calls for a prototype. It's smaller than the diagram.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Eureka!
An enemy has been slain. Godlike. Your team has destroyed a turret.
What an uncommon
Shut
design.
down. Double kill. An enemy has been slain.
It's smaller than the diagram.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Victory.
100%的一个报率，当然有点夸张了。不过你知道，或许我真的有这边去花一些工作，所以记得要订阅我的频道。好，其实说真的，我们来看一下这2天我到底做什么。这2天呢，我的历史交易记录只有2单而已。那为什么只开2单呢？因为其实这个礼拜中间有很多时间我忘记我在做这个挑战，然后这就是因为很忙，所以就没有时间去做太多的操作。然后刚好这2单都有赚到钱，我就直接平仓了。而且这2单我都是全仓进去的，不像上一个账号我每单都设定最多进去5U，这个账号的话每单我都是全仓 all in 进去的。赚钱当然是赚比较多，但是风险会非常高。假如今天这2单都亏钱的话，然后基本上可能就亏了50%之类的。所以如果要认真去算年化回报率的话，我觉得最少要1年的时间去实行，就真的要自己去 trade 大概1年的时间来看这1年的回报到底是多少，才能去定论说我想要怎么样。所以有没有厂商要赞助我做一集1年的影片，一定要记得联系我。好，那今天还是非常感谢 BX 能邀请我来做这一集影片，做一个挑战。虽然他们一开始觉得说他们选的跟单交易员应该会比我操作的还要强，确实是如此没有错，但是我觉得风险控制这方面有点太保守了，所以导致我下2单就赢过他们。虽然如果光看结果的话，他们交易员是输给我，但是我觉得这是好玩的。如果你有学过基本的统计学的话，样本的数量越多，精确度才越高。他们挑选交易员能有那么多单都是赚钱的，其实我自己真的是蛮压抑的，我觉得说真的蛮厉害的。但好玩归好玩，对我来讲这就是一个娱乐性质比较多的一个体验。那这几天我第实际体验 BX 交易平台呢，我觉得用起来确实还不错，界面做的比较简单。我觉得对大部分人来讲，应该是比较容易上手。但还是一样，今天这集不是投资建议，也不是开户建议，因为现在市场真的波动非常大。我觉得大家如果真的有兴趣的话，不管是自己开单还是找交易员跟单，都要做好功课，了解它的风险。止盈跟止损是非常重要。如果你在做 trading 的话，那对于这些短线的操作呢，我都把它们归类为交易 trading，就不属于投资范畴里面。我自己呢还是会以长期的投资为主，那这些就是偶尔玩一下。然后先跟大家介绍一下 BX 这个交易平台。那因为这次合作呢，他们官方有提供前50个用我这个注册链接注册的用户，可以得到额外20U 的赠金，加上本身就有的新人礼包是125U 赠金的新人福利。那我会把注册链接放在影片底下资讯栏，大家如果有兴趣的话可以去看一下。那我们下次见喽。
Hey everyone, it is personal statement season. Now, if you are in year 13, you're thinking about writing a personal statement. Maybe at university, third year, thinking about writing a personal statement for postgrad. You may be a master's student, thinking about your PhD. Whatever it is personal statement season, where that is what is on our minds right now. Thinking about how best to apply for university, for whatever program it is that you want to apply for. Personal statement is the most important document that you produce in order to get into university, to get into these courses. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about and reading through actually my personal statement that got me into top university, top research institute in London and in the UK. Hopefully that can give you a bit of an insight as to how you may want to word things, how things might flow, how I describe my experiences and my skills and my interests. One thing to be told what to write, but it's another thing to kind of see how someone else could write it. You still have about, I would say, for the first round, October, at least a month. So it's not too late, but it is important to get that first draft done as quickly as possible. The first draft is the draft where you probably have the most mistakes, it doesn't make as much sense, but once you've got that first draft there, you've got something to work from, and that's really important. Once you've got that first draft, the hardest bit is done, I would say, and that point is just like editing it, giving it to teachers, giving it to people to read. I myself have a service at the Page Doctor where we look at personal statements of any type, so postgraduate or undergraduate, and we can support you through making it sound as best as possible. So if you're interested in that, then do click on the link down below at pagedoctor.com. But yeah, it's super important to get this right. It really is a commitment between getting into a program and not getting into a program. Before I begin, I want to plug a video that I posted before, and I'm not going to lie, and I'm not just saying this because it's my video. It's a personal statement writing video, so it's sort of a live video, 10 minutes long, and in those 10 minutes you will have a first draft, guaranteed. I'm not even just saying this, go and look at the comments right now. Right now, it is by far my best commented video where people are like, I have no personal statement before this, and in 10 minutes I have at least a draft of a personal statement. So once you watch this video, definitely go and watch that straight away. It's literally just 10 minutes, and I kind of give you bits where to stop, and I tell you exactly what to write down, and kind of make it related to your experience and your background. So if you don't watch this, go and watch that. So this personal statement I'm going to do today was written for a master's and PhD program, so either a master's or a PhD, it would work for both of them. It's around 500 words. Personal statements range from around 500 words to about 1,000 words-ish. Sometimes I look at characters, but it's around that kind of length. But the structure is always the same. So let me just get started let's get right into it. This is the fun bit. So to start off, the first thing you want is an opening sentence that's straight to the point. That says sort of what it is that you're going to be talking about, or just something that catches the reader's attention. You want to show specific interest for the subject, and you want to evidence this through what degree it is that you're interested in studying, or what program it is you're interested in entering, and it just highlights your suitability. So this is your first sentence, or like first 2 sentences. You want to grab that reader from that first sentence and tell them exactly what it is that you want. I said, during my biochemistry BSc, I became very interested in the structural biology aspect of science, which was furthered after completing a summer studentship this year. So that tells the reader straight away, I did a biochemistry BSc because obviously this person is reading it for a master's, so they know that I'm suitable. They know what I'm interested in, so I'm interested in structural biology, and they also know that I did a summer studentship, which means I have the experience. So before they even read on, they know that I'm suitable in terms of my background academically and also my experience. There's a mushroom out there with your name on it.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
the jungle. Coming in hot.
Minions have swarmed.
Size is a liability. Smell that? That's fear. Nobody's innocent anymore. Reinforcement is coming.
Have been slain.
You can't tell, but I grow quite a beard under here. This is very personal.
Ally has been slain.
I used to live by a code. Nothing left here.
An ally has been slain.
One with the jungle.
An enemy has been slain.
My ears are always ringing. Need to get patched up.
An ally has been slain.
This is where we draw the line. Find them.
Enemy
Coming
killing
in
spree.
hot. One day there'll be a reckoning.
Shut down.
I'm everywhere.
An enemy has been slain.
They've been looking for yours truly. Another mushroom, another victim. Time for the long nap. There's nothing left here. I own this land. Face toward enemy. I forget what started the fighting.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Let's get patched up. Let him die
An
slow.
ally has been slain.
Got a little surprise for him. You'd be surprised how quick fur ignites.
Enemy killing spree.
Another mushroom, another victory. Turns out, I got a proficiency in killing.
An enemy has been slain.
Find him. Pieces of fairy tale.
An enemy has been slain.
I own this land. I've done things I'm not proud of. Two, three, four. Never get attacked. Look out!
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Tall folk don't last long around here.
An enemy has been slain.
You don't know about war. Got a little surprise for him. Survival ain't pretty.
An enemy has been slain.
Goodman
An
died.
ally has been slain.
Armed and ready. We ain't all making it out of here. There's nothing left here. Killing's all I'm good at. Another mushroom, another victim. More where that came from. Find him. War didn't change me.
An ally has been slain.
I own this land.
Enemy killing
I
spree.
know everything that happens here. to put on my killing hat. Face toward enemy. I'm the last scout standing. Got a little surprise for him. Never leave the jungle.
An ally has been slain. You have slain an enemy. Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed.
One less impact.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your turret has been destroyed. An enemy is
Another mushroom, another victim. Reinforcement base coming. Face toward enemy. You can't tell, but I've grown quite the beard under here. Get patched up. I own this land. I used to live by a code. My limbs have always been. Got a little surprise for him. Your reckoning.
You have slain an enemy. An ally has been slain.
Face toward enemy. You're welcome. I own this land. They've been looking for yours truly. I forget what started the fighting.
An ally has been slain.
Another mushroom,
Enemy
another
double kill.
victim. Patience now. Watch out before I punch out.
Enemy killing spree. An ally has been slain.
Got a little surprise for him. night.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Find him.
An ally has been slain.
This'll be messy. Face toward enemy.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Pieces of fairy tale. Another mushroom, another victim. Got a little surprise for her. I've done things I'm not proud of. I own this land. Tall folks don't last long around here. You don't know about war.
An ally has been slain. Shut down. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. Defeat.
experience and also my personal interest. So I've put that all into one sentence. Don't start off with a quote or like something really cliche. I've always wanted to do medicine. Like those things are so cliche. Get to the point, but get to the point using all of those aspects put together where you're grabbing that reader and you're showing them that you're suitable for this. And then the second part, you want to like list or kind of detail activities you've engaged in that are related to this interest. So I've just said that I'm interested in structural biology. So what have you done to show that you're interested? This could be a work experience, summer internship, studentship, and be really specific and use as much subject-specific terminology as possible. And you want to show what you've learned and how this relates to what more you want to learn, essentially. What makes you special? Why are you different to everyone else that's applying for that degree or for that course? And so let me read what I've written. It's a little bit long and a bit wordy, so bear with me. So the studentship which I was fortunate enough to obtain was in this person's lab at this division in King's College London, which lasted for 8 weeks from this date to this date, really specific. My task was to advance our molecular understanding of a certain human RNA binding protein. So I've said like what my role is. A lot of the time when people talk about their experiences, and this is for any experience, like you worked in a hospital, you worked in a care home, you worked in Primark, like they'll just say what the overall general role is as in that experience, rather than saying what they did. It makes such a difference saying I was tasked with the responsibility to do X, Y, and Z. So I was involved in advancing this understanding. This was done through trying to ascertain the conditions required to produce correct folding of a series of deletion mutants, and I go into like the science. So this included finding protocols, purification, amino acid boundaries, deletion, and other kind of, I talked about other experiments that I did. So you can see that I've gone into the detail, and for someone who's outside of this field, you'll be a bit confused, and that's what you want. You want to show them that you have actually learned something from that experience. Loads of people, like everyone that does medicine probably has been to a hospital to do experience. That's a given. What have you picked up from that experience? What specific thing have you picked up? You may have picked up a name of a medication that you hadn't, didn't know worked in the way it worked, and you didn't know about it before. You may have learned about a condition. You may have learned about a technique that is used, or whatever it is. You just want to be very, very, very specific to show that you actually learned something. So then I go on to say, in that time, I was not only able to increase my knowledge of different lab techniques and why you do them, but I was also able to practice and refine these techniques to the point where I was confident enough to do them unsupervised. And I said, however, there was always someone in the lab with me for safety reasons. And it was a great step up for me from the kind of spoon-fed techniques that I learned at university and in lesson, then taking it to the lab and being able to see the results, etc. So you can see that I've discussed what I did specifically. I talked about the actual science behind it. So I showed that I understood the theory and I understood why you do things, and I was able to talk about it in a higher level way that someone who maybe didn't have this experience would be able to talk about. And then I said, and this helped me, and I went back to kind of the personal statement language, saying that this took me from just understanding the theory to being able to actually apply it into practice, and that's what I really enjoyed. So you can see that this differs so much from saying, I really enjoy biochemistry because I like biology and I like science, and I was in the lab for a little bit and I learned about biology and science and cells, and that's why I love it. Like, it's, that doesn't show your suitability, it doesn't show what you did in that experience, even though you probably have done excellent work. It doesn't show and it doesn't reflect that. So it's so important to be able to describe your work and your experience accurately. Then the third thing is to reinforce your interest. So you've talked about your interest, you've talked about your experience, go into more detail. So I've said here, discuss more engagement in the interest. So now you talked about the studentship or your experience, whatever it is that you did. You now want to talk about something else. So how else have you engaged with it? This could be if you are an A-level student that you got a certain grade and that was that showed that you're really good at it. It could be if you're post-grad, it could be that you did a dissertation in that topic for your undergrad. It could be that you read certain books, podcasts. You want to put some critical thinking a little bit into it as well, bring your own perspective, your own opinion, your own sort of thoughts. What I've said here is this studentship reinforced my interest in structural function and biophysical studies and influenced choices I made for my third year module. These interests were in these areas, and I was really specific into what interests they were. And now you're talking about your academics a little bit, like what modules you did and kind of how they relate to this whole topic. And then I kind of asked the question. So I said this could help to understand the search for homologous sequences and may provide models to shed light upon the structure of poorly understood molecules. Kind of showing that I understand the field and I understand that actually we don't understand molecules and how they are structured, and through the work that I did and through this subject area, we are able to do that, hopefully. So it's giving that question mark and kind of showing that you're interested in finding out more. Then the next thing is a critical discussion or a thought. So this means that you want to kind of delve a bit deeper, show that you have original thinking. What I said is these interests also extend to biophysical areas such as these, etc., these methods, and these methods could lead to eventual elucidation of structures and possible further studies into these things. If this was, let's say, English, you could discuss theory. You could mention the theory that you recently found out about and talk about it in a way that is original. If this was medicine, you could talk about emerging therapies and how there's debate about it or whatever. In this case, in research, I might want to, like what I've done, think about what methods are being currently used and where they could be extended to, so maybe an original thought or a suggestion. Now, no one's expecting you to be able to do groundbreaking research and groundbreaking talk because you obviously haven't done anything yet, like you're still such a baby in the field. But by suggesting these things, you're showing that you have a critical mindset, you have that research mindset, you have that mindset of a researcher where you're always thinking about what is happening. Then, now we delve into this. The majority of the type of statement should be very specific, it should be all about what you know and how you are unique and how you have to build your mindset. But then the next thing that I've written down is my personal career goals. And now we're edging towards the end. So now the reader understands that you're interested and knows that this is suitable. And I said my main reason for wanting to study a PhD is so that I can conduct research around my chosen field of interest in particular, with the hope of enlightening the scientific community of my findings as a researcher and my ultimate goal as a university lecturer. So this doesn't have to be too long, you don't have to go into all the details. but just something that says, you know, in the future, the reason why I want to do this PhD, this master's, this undergrad, is to become a lawyer, is to become a doctor, is to become whatever it is to go into. But again, try to be a bit more specific. So I've said here that I want to enlighten the scientific community, I want to be a university lecturer, I want to work in hematology, I want to work in midwifery, like whatever it is that you're interested in. Try to be a bit more specific to show that you're not just saying medicine, rather you're saying I want to be a doctor that works with children, to show that you have this interest. And then last but not least is why that lab, that group, that university, that department, that city. Now, don't forget that you are applying, thousands and hundreds of people are applying as well. And you want to show that you have a particular desire. So if they were to accept you, you would accept them back because you still have, you know, a chance to reject them. They want to see that you are actually interested in being there and you're not going to drop out, you're not going to be disappointed. And they also want to know that you've thought about why you chose that particular university. And I think this is a case where there are courses that you could apply, you know, you could do at different places, or you know, labs where you could do in labs. But why have you chosen that particular one? So I said my main reason for applying to, and obviously at the place I've got King's or UCL or whatever the department is you're applying to, were the list of projects available. The way that it worked for this course is that I had like a booklet of a different lab that you could work in. Your master's PhD. If you got in, you could then choose to, I think the first year you choose like 3 labs to spend time in, and then you decide for the PhD which lab you want to actually use. So my main reason was that list of courses available. There was an acronym, and each of my choices were in areas that very interested me and the possible interdisciplinary aid at hand. And of course, a major factor is also working and studying at a world-renowned institute, and this would open many doors for me, allowing me to attain my career goals. So you're kind of giving both ends of the stick. You're saying, firstly, I want to apply there because it can provide me that academic experience. So it has the best engineering department, it has the best research intensive, it has the best labs, whatever it is that department of that university has to offer related to your course. Like, try to avoid like it's got a good library or something like that. You want to be very specific. You want to say, right, you've got the best of this particular aspect, the academic side of things. But then also, how can it help you in the long run? So it can help me in my academic, and that can help me because I'll have all these links, and like I said that it will open many doors. In a world-renowned institute, the actual institute itself, it's UCL, it's Imperial, it's Cancer Research UK, like, it is going to give me opportunities in the future. And I know that. They know that too, so they want to see that you are aware of that. So saying, you know, why. If you have anything more specific that you research and you kind of want to mention, definitely mention it if there's something more specific. And you know that like only that university does it, or only that course can offer this thing, then mention it there and show that you're passionate about that particular university or that particular course for this particular reason. And it's not just to get a degree, which is good enough, but obviously this whole thing is about standing out from the crowd. All of this is about being different, being unique, being memorable. And by saying something slightly different than others, you will be memorable. So yeah, I hope you found this useful, hearing how I've written my personal statement. Every university, for postgrad, you slightly tailor every application, because it's not like PCAS where you apply generally and then the same application gets sent out to everyone. With postgrad, your personal statement is different for every single application. So you can slightly modify these, but for the most part, that experience and that kind of chunk in the middle is let me know if it's helpful. And like I said, right now, head over to the 10-minute video that I'm going to be thinking of, where you can actually get something down on paper. And you will leave this video, or leave that video even, with a rough, very rough draft, but at least there's something there. Yeah, hope you guys find this helpful, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Hello there! If you want to learn how to write a great and compelling statement of purpose, why don't you keep watching? First of all, please like this video. It helps me. It helps
An ally has been slain. Rampage. slain.
Double time. Falling back.
Enemy killing spree.
Bring on the bell.
I see you.
You have been slain. Enemy rampage. Your turret has been destroyed. Rampage.
Back to the action.
Enemy double kill. Ace. An ally has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed. Shut down. Ace.
Gotta get back. Look out below. Easy peasy.
Enemy killing spree. Your turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain. An enemy is unstoppable.
Orders are more like guidelines, really.
Too late to run.
You have been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
Do you sell earplugs too?
Shut down. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain.
I dare you to dare me.
Killing spree.
Taking over. Time for some rearm and freaking war. Ooh, I like the look
Enemy
of this
killing
thing.
spree.
sometimes outnumbered.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Shut down. An ally has been slain.
I just need a point in the right direction. Back to base.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. An ally has been slain. Has been destroyed. Shut down.
Falling back.
Enemy killing spree. An ally has been slain.
My day has come. Dropping like flies. Is this blast proof? Blast off. Let me get in there.
Ally has been slain. Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
A summoner has disconnected.
My content grow, and subscribe if you have not subscribed. Also leave a comment to say, hey, what's up, Anne? And I will be sure to respond. All right, keep watching, bring out your pen and papers, and let's get learning. What is the point of a statement of purpose? Like, why the heck is that even necessary? Why? Okay, here's why it's necessary. So a statement of purpose defines your motivations, your skills, and your career goals. It tells the graduate admissions committee, hey, this is what I'm interested in. This is what I can do. This is why you should admit me. This is why I'm important to you. This is what I want to do in 5 years and in 10 years from now. How to write a statement of purpose. How to write a statement of purpose. This is interesting. So let me give you some background about my qualifications and why you should trust what I say. So I was the graduate coordinator for my department as a professor for 1 year, like 1.5 years. And so every admission decision that we made for graduate school went through me, like I had to sign off. and I have served on the graduate committee for my department for several years, and so yeah, so I have a very good idea of what your statement of purpose should read like, should sound like. And many of my colleagues would agree that your statement of purpose is very integral to whether or not you get admitted into graduate school. So your statement of purpose should generally have 5 paragraphs. You do not want to write too long, right? Because I personally do not read long statement of purposes. I don't. And you don't need to, like, you don't need to make it too long. There's no point. The purpose must capture the reader for at least 5 minutes. So you want to make sure that those first 5 minutes, when I pick up your statement of purpose, it's short, it's concise, it's strong, it's well written, and it conveys the message. The first paragraph of your statement of purpose should introduce who you are, okay? So when I start reading any statement of purpose, right, I want to say, who's this person? Obviously, I have your CV, I have your transcripts, right? I have all that stuff. But your statement of purpose is kind of a semi-informal way. So, okay, quick break. I'm videoing outside because my son is sleeping upstairs and I do not want to disturb him. And this is the only time I have to video. So if it's noisy, I'm so sorry. I am in my patio making this video. Okay. So yeah, we were talking about the first paragraph. The first paragraph should introduce who you are. I want to say, tell a short story of who you are, of what inspires you, of what motivates you. Just in general, don't make it too long. Remember, this is 1 paragraph, so just a short, quick anecdote of maybe an experience or something that motivates you. So you want to connect who you are to the course of study you're interested in. Okay, so this is your first paragraph, short, sweet. You want to draw in whoever is reading your statement of purpose. Introduce yourself. Talk a little bit about your background. So if you're in Nigeria, for example, talk about you being from Nigeria. You can talk about Nigeria is poor, all that stuff. Feel free to do that. And then you want to connect that to the course of study. So don't forget that. Don't make your first paragraph just about yourself. You want to make sure that every paragraph connects back to your course of study, to why you're even writing a statement of purpose at all. Does this make sense? Let me know in the comments. All right, so first paragraph, who you are. Second paragraph, you want to go into detail about your academic and technical interests. Okay, so for me, for example, whenever I was writing my statement of purpose, I'm very interested in women's health. I'm very interested in Black women's health. I'm very interested in chronic disease prevention. Chronic diseases like cancer and diabetes, right? So my second paragraph now is going to focus heavily on these interests. Okay, so for you, your second paragraph, after talking about yourself and your motivations and like how that connects to your course of study, now you talk about technical interests, like what really interests you and why you're interested in these things. Okay, so this is what your second paragraph should be about. Okay, so all right, so your third paragraph should connect your academic and technical interests to your future goals. Okay, so you want to make sure that all of your interests that you've blabbed about in the second paragraph, you want to make sure that in your third paragraph you talk about your future academic goals. So by future, I mean that your future in the department you're applying to. You know, you can say, oh, you know, so for me, for example, if I were writing this, I would say, oh, well, you know, I'm interested in Black women's health in the United States. I'm interested in immigrant health in the United States. I see myself working with Dr. this, who has also done such research. Okay, so you want to make sure that in your third paragraph, you connect your interest that you've talked about in your second paragraph. You connect that interest to your future academic goals. And part of your future academic goals include prospective advisors, prospective professors, okay? So for example, you want to make sure that wherever you're going, there's a professor there doing research that you are interested in, okay? So that's very important. So you want to research professors currently working on stuff you're interested in and then include them in your statement of purpose. Guys, if there's anything you take away from this conversation, is that you want to include professors, research professors. Whenever I'm reading a statement of purpose and I see my name in the statement of purpose, like, oh, I'd like to work with the Bermuda on blah, 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 my heart is like, oh, wow, yeah, tell me more. Interesting, you know, because it shows two things. It shows that they've done the research and they know they're smart people. And number two, that they're actually really serious about this stuff, okay? So include professors in the departments that are doing stuff you're interested in. Okay, is this good so far? Okay, if this is good, subscribe and give this a thumbs up. Okay, give this video a thumbs up. When you give this video a thumbs up, YouTube says, oh, this is a good video. Let's show more people. And that helps my channel grow. So give it a thumbs up and comment and subscribe. All right, so your fourth paragraph you want to connect your future academic goals that you talked about in your third paragraph. You want to connect that to your short and long-term goals after you graduate. So you want to talk about what you want to do 5 years after graduation. That's very good, because any professor, any admissions committee reading the statement of purpose is going to be like, oh, interesting, this candidate is thinking long-term. This person is talking about 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Oh yeah, wow, interesting. You know, so you want to include that. You want to make sure your fourth paragraph is about the future, like the future after graduation. So your third paragraph is the future from where you are now, like the future in the program. Your fourth paragraph is the future after the program, after you graduate. And so you're, so you can talk about, you know, possibly curing, creating a cure of the coronavirus, which has made all of us quarantined right now. But you want to talk about those things, like the future, your big dreams, your big goals. You know, you want to entice the professors, right? Because who doesn't want a student who is ambitious? Like, I want a student who's ambitious, you know? I don't know, I tweeted about one of my students who is pretty much a millionaire right now. And she's my student, and I'm so proud of her, right? She's very ambitious, and I love that. So you want to make sure that the admissions committee sees you, like, you come across as ambitious to the admissions committee. And that's great. That's great for you. Okay, so your fifth paragraph should conclude. You want to start to conclude. You want to, I call this anticipatory thanks. So you're saying thanks in anticipation. I look forward to, you know, being admitted into your prestigious program. So this is the paragraph where you like praise the program, you praise the school as a whole, you praise the city. So that's something a lot of people forget, right? So you wanna you should.
An enemy has been slain. Double kill. Ally has been slain. Unstoppable. Dominating. An enemy has been slain. Double kill. You have slain an enemy.
The corpse of wisdom.
An enemy has been slain. Killing spree.
The truth lies in darkness.
An ally has been slain. Ready. Shut down. Enemy double kill. An enemy has been slain.
Balance is Brave the shadows, find the truth.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Killing spree.
What I have done cannot be undone.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Dominating.
The truth lies in darkness.
Rampage. An enemy has been slain. Rampage. Unstoppable. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Remember that your school is in a city, right? So if you're applying to University of Texas, right? You're applying to University of Texas. The main campus is in Austin, Texas. So you want to talk about the city of Austin, how you look forward to Austin. You want to maybe research the weather in Austin and talk about like, oh, I look forward to being to becoming part of the community in Austin and giving So you want to talk about the city at large, right? So you talk about the department, the school, the city the school is in, and that you just come across as so knowledgeable and so hardworking, right? Because it shows that you've done your research, and that's you can't buy that, right? So that's really, really important. Okay, so a statement of purpose is all about fit. Okay, it's all about fit. When I was a graduate coordinator and I had to look through several applications, it was all about fit for me. Like when I read a student's application, I always thought, would this student fit, would this graduate student, master's, PhD student fit in our university? Is this a good fit for us? So that's something I always thought about, right? So I want you guys to remember that it is about what fits. Do you fit? So your statement of purpose needs to convince the committee, the graduate committee, that you fit into their program. That what the program is offering is best for you. Like there's nowhere else you can go except that school, and that is going to help a ton. All right. So the last thing now is that you want to edit vigorously. Edit your work. No. Absolutely no typos, no grammatical errors, please. Okay, you want to make sure your work is edited to the gods. Okay, edit like crazy, because imagine like for me, when I'm trying to decide on who gets into the graduate program and I read a statement of purpose that has so many grammatical errors, what does it tell me? It tells me, one, this prospective student is so lazy. Because really, you couldn't edit your work? Come on now. Two, what does it tell me? It tells me that this student is careless. Because maybe you edited, but you missed some stuff, right? Three, it tells me that you're not ready for graduate school, and I don't want you, okay? So you want to make sure that your statement of purpose is beautifully edited. Ask someone else to read it and make edits. In fact, invest in a professional editor. Ask someone professional, maybe somebody who read English or something, to read over your work and provide edits for you. And that is going to be a make or break for you, because if you submit a statement of purpose that has so many errors, people are gonna look down on you and look down on your application. Even if you have it first class, nobody cares. Really, honestly, this is me now telling you guys, because I've been there. I've made decisions on who gets into graduate school or not, and I'm telling you, try not to submit a statement of purpose that is not compelling and full of grammatical errors. You don't look good doing that. Do you see how passionate I am talking about this? Because I've seen some students who I felt had good prospects, but their statement of purpose was just full of errors, full of so many errors that I felt like this is not a good candidate. This is not a good student. If they can't fix errors, if they can't edit their work, I don't want them, because that says so much about who you are as a person, okay? And I hope you took notes, and I will catch you back in the next video. Bye-bye. Okay, so you want to make sure that in your third paragraph, you connect your interest that you've talked about in your second paragraph. You connect that interest to your future academic goals. And part of your future academic goal include prospective advisors, prospective professors, okay? So for example, you want to make sure that wherever you're going, there's a professor there doing research that you are interested in, okay? So that's very important. So you want to research professors currently working on stuff you're interested in.
You can't buy happiness, but you can buy desire.
30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
Time cannot be a circle. It has to be a line. We can't just see the past. We have to observe. Time to shoot, scumbag. No one's altering the past on my
Ally has been slain. Double kill. An enemy has been slain.
I have to stop him before he does
An
it.
enemy has been slain. Double kill. An enemy has been slain.
Set weapon. No mistake.
You have slain an enemy. Rampage. An ally has been slain. Unstoppable.
Retro.
Shut down. You have been slain. Shut down. An enemy has been slain.
Pulsefire jump complete.
An enemy has been slain.
I've come too far.
Enemy has been slain.
300 meters. 300 years in the past. Classic.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Everybody runs. Could have sworn it fell to the left. No signs of intelligent life.
An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret. Double kill. Your team has destroyed a turret. Rampage.
I take out
There's no
The future isn't something to play fast.
Your team has destroyed the turret. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Shut down. Has destroyed triple kill. Ally has been slain.
It's not the past that drives you, it's the future. Time to take the shot. The time is now. They better have confidence this time around. Ooh, vintage. This place is purely primitive.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
A little proactive preparation.
An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
and then include them in your statement of purpose. Guys, if there's anything you take away from this conversation, is that you want to include professors, research professors. Whenever I'm reading a statement of purpose and I see my name in the statement of purpose, like, oh, I would like to work with Dr. Muda on blah, blah, blah. My heart is like, oh, wow, yeah, tell me more. Interesting, because it shows two things. It shows that they have done their research and they know they're smart people. And number two, that they're actually really serious about this stuff, okay? So include professors' names in the departments that are doing stuff you're interested in. Okay, is this good so far? Okay, if this is good, subscribe and give this a thumbs up, okay? Give this video a thumbs up.
MySQL and MongoDB are database management systems that let you extract data and create reports. But they're also fundamentally quite different. Now, MySQL is a legacy table-based database, and that really has a structured system to it, whereas MongoDB is a document-based system. Now, what does that mean? And when should you choose one over the other? Well, I'll tell you, but first, there's something far more important I want to address, which is, where did these technologies get their weird names? So you probably already know that SQL, that stands for Structured Query Language, but why the pronoun? Well, actually it's not. The My is a shortened name of one of the developer's daughters. There's also a MariaDB and a MaxDB, named after the same developer's other kids. And MongoDB, Mongo, that's a questionable shortening of the word humongous, as in MongoDB can store a humongous amount of data. All right, naming aside, what are the differences here? Well, MySQL, this was developed back in 1995, and for almost 2 decades has been the structured query language on which the mainstay of design modeling has been based for relational database management systems. MySQL is table-based, and therefore it enforces a schema. And the schema is used so that all rows in a table will have the same columns, and those columns will have specific documents. MongoDB is more recent. This was founded in 2007, and was at the time a new approach to database design, representing data here as JSON documents. So it's object-based. Hey, real quick, if you're enjoying this content, please like and subscribe to this channel. Now, there's much about these two systems that are alike. At their core, both of them are database management systems that serve as the ground-level information network for any type of digital site or space. Both MySQL and MongoDB support the same languages. For example, they both support Java and Python. So that's supported by MongoDB and by MySQL apps. Developers for both systems originally created these to be open source. Therefore, the code was freely available for anyone who wants to use and to distribute it. And you could consider both of these in a cloud-native solution. But MongoDB was in some ways designed to supplant the legacy MySQL structure as an easier way to work with data. We can think of MySQL as being a bit more rigid with its architecture and really not quite as flexible for formatting data structures as MongoDB can be. Now, MySQL has 2 main components. There's a type of storage engine and language used to work with the data. So the storage engine is where the data is created, retrieved, sent, and stored, and the language is how you access it. MongoDB, on the other hand, is a NoSQL database. It's founded upon documents as the unit of data for search. It employs JSON language, and it uses MongoDB query language. Additionally, MongoDB employs Bison. These are JSON-like documents that are binary coded into typically smaller files, and many developers find these easier to manipulate, making data management faster. Now, which one to use does, as always, depend on your use case. MySQL is considered highly accessible and secure, making it well-suited to high-traffic sites such as e-commerce sites and compliance-heavy industries that require protocols for high security. MongoDB's use of dynamic schema design fosters a more flexible environment for data search, coding, integration, and database development, and is optimal for content management systems and high query sites such as analytics applications. So MySQL and MongoDB. Or you know what? You could consider a third option as my yet to be created Giz Norm DB, where Giz refers to my late cat, Gizmo, and Norm for the ginormous amount of data it can process. Yeah, this...
Minions have spawned.
Do not hesitate.
proved to be a challenge. An enemy has been slain. On my fine style. An ally has been slain.
Check this out.
Enemy slain. An enemy has been slain.
Can't touch me.
Been slain. Do not hesitate. An enemy has been slain. To the death. be a challenge. Has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret. Shut down. Killing double kill.
Step up.
You have slain an enemy. Has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Shut down. An enemy is
Sharp blade, sharp mind.
slain an enemy. destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Encore!
An ally has been slain.
Can't touch me!
An enemy has been slain. Precision and grace. Do not hesitate. Your turret has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain. Double kill. An enemy has been slain. Sharp blade, sharp mind. In the blink of an eye. Rampage. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team Unstoppable. Your team has destroyed
This needs to become a thing.
Hey guys, welcome back. So CVs are an integral part in your grad school application, in your job application, in your relationship application. No, it's not? Well, true story, a guy has sent me his CV because he wanted to date me and he wanted me to see his credentials. I swear. Oh God, if you're wondering, I never responded because I think that's so crazy. But yeah, so who knows? It's CV. If you work on your CV, you may land a girl. You know, whatever. Some people are into weird stuff. But in this video, we are talking about all things CV. Alright, enjoy. Let go. Alright, so welcome back to my channel. Alright, today we are talking about CVs. And why are CVs important? CVs are important because they succinctly summarize who you are.
You used to be cool.
The unseen blade is the deadliest.
"中国解放军频频扰台，选在美国期中选举，增加在台湾周边海空域活动。此举被认为是想对美国施压，抢在下周印尼 G20 峰会拜习会登场前，美国总统拜登9号先发制人。
When you meet with President Xi Jinping of China, will you tell him that you're committed to defending Taiwan militarily?
Look, I'm not willing to make any fundamental concessions.
拜登表示，与中国国家主席习近平对话时，不会做任何根本性让步。 也会向他表达美国与中国竞争但不冲突的立场。
And so what I want to do with him when we talk is lay out what kind of each of our red lines are. Understand what he believes to be in the critical national interests of China, what I know to be the critical interests of the United States, and determine whether or not they conflict with one another. And if they do, how to resolve it and how to work it out. And Taiwan doctrine has not changed at all.
不止美国关注台海情势，加拿大也聚焦中国的一举一动。
We will continue to oppose unilateral actions that threaten the status quo in the Taiwan Strait. We will deepen our economic ties with Taiwan. who will continue to stand up for freedom of speech and freedom of the press in Hong Kong. And in multilateral forums, we will act in concert with partners to face the complex realities of China's impact on the world stage while pushing back against behaviors that undermine international norms.
加拿大外交部长赵美兰在多伦多蒙特国际中心大肆批评中国破坏国际舞台，因此要加强。
Double kill. An ally has been slain.
Balance is a fool's dice. the shadows find truth.
Shut down. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. Slain.
Darkness.
An enemy is unstoppable. You have been slain.
The shadows have enlightened me.
An ally has been slain. Has been slain.
Without a sound. No technique is
Enemy killing spree.
secrets kept are weapons
Shut down. Double kill. Shut down.
Open and shut.
Shut down.
balance is a fool's master. darkness.
Your turret has been destroyed. Shut down. You have slain an enemy. Enemy double kill.
Fear the shrouded path.
An enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed. Your team has destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain.
Secrets kept, our weapons resisted.
An enemy has been slain. Rampage. An ally has been slain. Double kill. Aced. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Shadows bind. The truth
Your
lies
team
in
has
darkness.
destroyed an inhibitor. Dominating.
与台湾的经济关系。
Well, we've been competing, and China has been, from time to time, very cleverly playing us off each other in a open market competitive way. We need to do a better job of working together and standing strong so that China can't, play the angles and divide us one against the other.
近来加拿大和中国关系降至冰点，孟晚舟事件必然是原因之一。
家乡的温度让我心潮澎湃，难以言表。祖国，我回来了。
华为财务长孟晚舟2018年在加拿大被捕，中国也随即逮捕加国公民。之后两国历经一连串交涉，才让人质外交事件落幕。但中加关系就走向不同方向。同样回不去的还有中法关系。
Et derrière, faut qu'on ait des États-Unis et la Chine qui soient vraiment au rendez-vous. Les Européens payent, mais simplement le problème c'est qu'on est les seuls à payer. Et donc là, il faut être aussi mettre la pression sur les pays riches non européens, Japon, pour leur dire vous devez payer votre part.
马克宏在埃及的 COP27 联合国气候峰会大表不满，认为都是欧洲在出钱提供气候援助资金，点名中美毫无贡献。9号发表的最新战略报告，将俄中列为主要对手，更指责中国武力威胁台海现况。报告内文指出，中国军力不断现代化，使解放军战略日益武断，不止在印太地区，尤其在台湾海峡现况，也在世界其他地区。因此，法国守备姿态需要改变，来应对混合战威胁。可见，中国不只威胁台海和平稳定，对于世界其他地区，也构成无法视而不见的战略威胁。三立新闻叶柳报道。
The unseen blade is the deadliest.
G20 20国集团峰会将会在下个星期举行，而美国总统拜登还有中国的国家主席习近平预料将会会面。而对于拜习会谈的时候，是否会当面的表达美方愿意以军事来协防台湾一事，拜登强调台湾准则没有改变，但也表示会明确的划出美中双方的红线，了解彼此的关键利益。
20国集团峰会15号在印尼巴厘岛举行，中国国家主席习近平与美国总统拜登预料都将出席。媒体好奇拜登会不会当面向习近平表达美方愿意军事协防台湾的立场，拜登只说台湾准则从未改变。
And Taiwan doctrine has not changed at all from the very beginning. So I'm sure we'll discuss China, Taiwan.
那美国呢？其实他近期已经多次的重申他们对于中方挑衅行为的坚决的反对，以及美方高度重视台湾海峡的安全跟一贯的承诺。那外交部我们一向也是很密切的关注美国跟中国高层互动的情形。
不过拜登强调，跟习近平对话的时候不会做任何根本性让步，还说自己担任副总统时和习近平有过多次会晤，将会表达美国与中国竞争但不冲突的立场。
And so what I want to do with him when we talk is lay out what kind of each of our red lines are.
拜登说会了解双方的关键利益，明确划出彼此红线。美中关系更触动台海局势。中国现在不仅加大对台军事压力，在8号开幕的珠海航空展，中国第5代战机歼2时更首次降落地面进行地面展示。展场中还出现共军第6代战机的概念模型，大秀军事肌肉，加深了两岸紧绷态势。不过我国自我防卫能量方面，国防部证实已与美国国防部成立负责军购程序的老虎小组有所接触，希望能加快军购速度，提升防卫能量。记者欧荣、陈立峰整理报道。
If you want to know the chances of nuclear war over the island of Taiwan, you need to know what's going on in the mind of one man, China's President Xi Jinping. We need.
What I have done
The Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn.
balance is a fool's master.
I'll end it now.
Minions have spawned. has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Been slain. Enemy double kill. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill.
Brave the shadows, find the truth. Tradition is the cause. Wasted. Without a sound. Lies in darkness.
Slain an enemy. An enemy is dominating. Your turret has been destroyed. Shut down.
The shadows have enlightened me.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
What I have
An ally has been slain.
Fool's master.
Your turret has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Balance is weak. Brave the shadows.
An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill. Aced. Enemy killing spree. An enemy has been slain.
Secret is wasted.
Enemy double kill. An ally has been slain.
Without a sound.
An ally has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
Truth lies in darkness.
Enemy killing spree. Your turret has been destroyed.
Needs to have a better understanding of what are his instincts, what does he want his legacy to be.
The trouble is, it's surprisingly difficult to know. President Xi doesn't give wide-ranging interviews or use social media. And what we do know about him is tightly controlled by the Communist Party.
His life story is hidden behind a brutal propaganda and censorship machine.
我们现在在看一个小红书最近泄露出来的一个大概就有564个习近平相关的。
So what really happened in President Xi's past to make him the man he is today?
He saw terrible things. His own family suffered terrible things.
And what might this tell us about his ambitions for China and its place in the world? This is the image Xi Jinping wants you to see. The helmsman, to use the title state media sometimes give him, guiding the nation forward.
He has an extremely sophisticated, well-crafted image in the state media, and that is the only media that people in China can see. They're very good at showing him as this kind of a cross between a man of the people and a kind of benevolent monarch.
Alongside the